Hi guys, thanks for joining me. Let us go through the weekend reviews for all the games in the Premier League that happened over the weekends, Saturday and Sunday. Yeah, so please look out for the video I did about Arsenal beating Fulham and Manchester United beating Liverpool. I don't know what's happening this weekend, but the gods have decided I deserve a smile. So who am I to deny it? But on Saturday, there were some interesting games. Chelsea, oh my gosh, well, you guys. Chelsea beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. Yeah? And then what happens at Nottingham Forest? You know, Nottingham Forest have got issues. When I saw them sack Nuno, I was like, are you people mad? What do you want from life? Yeah? So 90 minutes, apparently 10 minutes after the game ended, he was told, Ange Postecoglou was told that he was sacked and he can go clear out his locker and get out of the club. They realized, of course, they made a mistake hiring him. Now, the defeat itself, what do they expect? Even Nuno Espirito Santos might have had an issue with this game, but yeah, at the end of the day, Ange gets sacked even faster than anyone. So fast. After 90 days, he's got a £7 million payoff, of course, so he does not care. I mean, in that case, embarrassing, but he's going to find it really hard to get a top flight job in the Premier League. What do you think? Who would hire him? From what I'm hearing, they are in talks with a former Burnley manager, Sean Dyche, to take on at Nottingham Forest. So I think it's mad. It's mad that they hired Ange anyway. I don't know what story he sold them, but the fact that you'd think that you can go long term, Ange Postecoglou might have won that European Cup. I don't even know what it's called. Was it the Europa League or whatever cup it was? Might have won it, but Tottenham were in 17th place, weren't they? Or literally 16th or something. They were really low down in the league. They were not consistent. He might be a cup manager, maybe, but he is nowhere good enough to be a Premier League manager in the long term. This league is not for kids, yeah? So anyway, Chelsea, Acheampong, Neto, James scored. I saw these. It was beautiful. Very good game from their point of view. In fact, you know what? I do like Chelsea's manager. He can have a sense of humor. He shows respect. He shows Arsenal a lot of respect, especially Arteta's project. And yeah, I like hate as much as the next person, but you have to be real when you're hating on something. It has to be something offensive. But when you see Arteta's project and appreciate it for what it is, I'm going to show you all the respect in the world, even if you're my rival. So yeah, loved it. But yeah, Nottingham Forest are lucky to have they are very unlucky to have an owner that they have, but they also are lucky that the owner has realized how messy things can get very quickly and got rid of his biggest problem, who was Ange, and is getting a new one. Brighton beats Newcastle United 2-1. I think I don't know what I predicted. I predicted a draw because it's been 2-2 previously. But anyway, Brighton beat Newcastle. I'm not complaining about that. Newcastle are really unpleasant to Arsenal, and yeah, they deserve the worst. Burnley beat Leeds 2-0. Good grief. What's happening in this league? Ogochukwu Chuona scored. Ugochukwu. Very interesting. I didn't actually see who scored because I didn't watch this match. Unfortunately, my Saturday was crazy busy. So I think I don't know what I predicted in this game, but I'm sure afterwards we'll compare to see if I was right. I'm not doing a little table by myself, but let me know if you want us to do like a prediction table. Then we'll have a prize at the end of the season to see who collects more points every game. Let me know if it's something you'd be interested in. I'm happy to do that. Crystal Palace, Bournemouth. I went for Crystal Palace win, but it's a draw. Bournemouth managed to... I saw this. I think Bournemouth went 2 goals up. Bournemouth went 2 goals up with this croupy guy. And then one Philippe Mateta, who played his first full game for France the other day, came in, scored a hat-trick, and Christie thought he had won it for Bournemouth for it to go to 3-2. Then, of course, that penalty in the 97th minute made sure it was a draw. But yeah, oh my gosh, what a rescue by Mateta. he's looking good, isn't he? He looks a bit chubby. He's, very heavy set, but he knows what he's doing in front of goal. And then, of course, Manchester City, Everton. Now, I was looking at the scores for this match. As I was like going through my day, and it was 0-0 for such a long time. And I thought, Everton might do something, but they didn't. I predicted a Manchester City win. They always beat Everton. It just wasn't going to happen. And it was Haaland. What do you expect? This guy is a crazy, crazy goal scorer. Put him in front of goal. And he missed a lot of chances as well. I saw some replays. He missed a lot of chances. So he could have had a hat trick for fun, but he didn't manage to do it. But they failed Everton to be effective. And Sunderland versus Wolves. Sunderland, I think I went for Sunderland win. I'm not sure. Maybe a draw, Sunderland win. But Sunderland, 1-2-0. They are coming up strong, guys. They might survive this season the way they're going. But I told you guys, Sunderland have got a leader. When you've got Granit Xhaka in your midfield, those years where we were struggling the most, but we were surviving and doing okay, Granit Xhaka's leadership made it important. Last season, we actually suffered from his move when he went to the German league just to get away, because Arsenal fans, the most horrendous, rabid, loud ones, made his life miserable. But of course, he left, he's come back, and he's leading, and oh my God, Sunderland, so lucky, great decision. I don't know how you managed to pull it off, but Granit Xhaka, I love that guy, always will. I really appreciate him, great player. And of course, the game I was talking about, Arsenal won. They beat Fulham. Last season it was a draw, but they beat Fulham, and Arsenal are making great strides. We won 1-0, and it was a great game, late game, scored from a corner. Saka took the corner off Gabriel's head and then off Leandro Trossard's knee. 1-0, set piece again. And if you don't like goals from set pieces, next time you have a set piece, you should just tell, the ref that you forfeit it. It's not something you do. We'll take all of them. Give us all the set pieces because we know what to do with them. So sorry, I shouldn't be so cheeky. Why am I so cheeky today? I think I'm so happy because of the matches that I'm going to be talking about today. Like I was saying earlier, I have had a great weekend in terms of football. Things can be bad everywhere, Football has been really kind to me this weekend because early in the day, I was watching Tottenham Hotspur versus Aston Villa. Tottenham scored very early on in the game, 5 minutes in. Bentancur, who I spoke about in the preview, I think he's one of those players, like they've got these players that I like individually. Kudus, let's see, Bentancur, Pedro, all these players I like, even Paulinho, Xavi Simon, honestly, players that I watch and I'm like, wow, I can notice every time that they are playing. But they got done by a great goal from Morgan Rogers. It came from nowhere, but when you are sitting behind, you can see the gap. He saw the gap, took the goal past Vicario very easily. Boom. It was beautiful, beautiful goal. And then the second goal was in similar fashion. It was also from Bundia, who I mentioned again yesterday. He plays, this is from obviously Aston Villa. He plays a game that I always notice him when he plays. You can say, oh, this is a pretty steady player, but it was a beautiful goal again from long range, took advantage. And of course, Unai Emery was very happy. He usually has a lot of success against Tottenham and Thomas Frank. And he did it again, he did it again. He rescued the points. He got 3 points away at Tottenham, takes them home to, the Midlands. And great game for me. I was giggling away like a little teen. If I had known what was coming later in the day, I would have been even more happier. And then, of course, Liverpool, Manchester United, this is what happened in that match. It starts off within 2 minutes. Mbeumo is given an great opportunity. Van Dijk elbows McAllister is on the floor with a head injury. Amad Diallo gets the ball, bombs down the right, and he slides it right past the defender into the path of Mbeumo, who took it one time and passed Mamadashvili, and it's 1-0. And I'm like, what's happening? 2 minutes in, and I'm thinking, wow, could this really be true? Is this going to be my life today? And of course, in Man U fashion, they try to maintain possession. They try to maintain control. Liverpool are looking really precarious. They're not looking great, but they're doing their thing, So late on in the game, in the second half, Gakpo gets an assist from Chiesa with 12 minutes to go. Great goal. He taps it. He actually looked a bit offside, but it was, the Chiesa cross came in, and was it I'm trying to remember that player who was defending, but he's basically his foot was in the way, kind of thing. So it made Gakpo right. He was right in a good position. He was onside, slots it in, and I'm thinking, oh, for goodness sake, please end 1-1. But the gods have come to collect. Karma has come to collect, and of course, from nowhere, somehow Bruno Fernandes has got the ball on the left, and he puts in a sweet, beautiful cross. Was it a cross or was it a corner? Anyway, he put in a cross in that ended up on Harry Maguire's head. There were 3 other players in that position who could have taken that header, but Harry Maguire slots it right past Mamadashvili, and it's 2-1. And this goal was in the 89th minute or 88th minute. It was shocking, honestly. I think 84th minute. No, it felt like a bit later, but it felt like an incredible something happening. But Liverpool created their own problems. They had so many opportunities. I think they hit the post 3 or 4 times, three times. They headed wide. Mo Salah, everything, and they just did not take their chances. Something is happening to Liverpool. Their chemistry is off. They need to rebalance the team, but it is not the end, of course. Anything can happen. But yeah, this is how the weekend ended. And let's have a look at the table once again. Top of the tree is Arsenal. We are leading the league. We've got 19 points from 8. Manchester City are right behind us with 16 points. Bournemouth and Liverpool share that 3rd and 4th place with 15 points. And then the other positions right under that, you got Chelsea, Tottenham, Sunderland, all tied with 14 points. So yeah, it's looking beautiful. Manchester United, for the first time in a long time, are now in the top half of the table. They have won back-to-back games. Shocking. They've won back-to-back games, and they are there sharing the spot 8th and 9th with Crystal Palace at 13 points. So that is what is happening in that top half of the table. Well, Brighton is 12th with Aston Villa sharing 10th and 11th with 12 points. But yeah, that's the top half of the table. Let's see who's in the relegation zone. Let me not neglect them. Yeah, Nottingham Forest, West Ham, and Wolves are flirting with relegation very early on. We can't make any sort of headway with that. But yeah, that's what is going on. So it has been a really good weekend for Arsenal. I'm really happy about it. Let me know what you think in the comments. What were your best results? What were your feelings? Right, that's it from me about this weekend's games. I am going to be doing a preview of the Champions League games that are coming up. So don't forget to put your notifications on for my videos. But yeah, look out for my Arsenal, Fulham Arsenal, and then Manchester United, my Manchester United Liverpool preview that has been done separately to this. I go really in depth about what happened in both games. So thank you so much for the support so far. I am really enjoying spending my weekends with you. Do not forget to like, subscribe, find me on the other platforms. I am on TikTok and Facebook as well as Daliso Sports Show. But thank you so much for all the support you have shown me. I am enjoying myself so much. Thank you, you guys, and I will be talking to you very soon. Bye-bye.